She didn't fall in love all at once. It happened quietly, between shared conversations, unspoken promises, and the way his presence slowly became part of her everyday life. He wasn't just someone she loved. He was the center around which her dreams began to form. She imagined a future that felt safe. Not extravagant, not perfect, but real. Morning routines that included him. Late nights where silence was comfortable. Plans that stretched years ahead, always with his name woven into them. Every decision she made carried the echo of us. Every hope she held had his shadow beside it. He spoke of forever like it was certain. Like it was already written. His words felt steady, convincing, and warm enough to trust. When he promised, she believed, not because she was naive, but because love had taught her to see sincerity in his voice. She adjusted her life around him without realizing it. Her dreams slowly shifted shape, bending to include his ambitions, his timelines, his comfort. She didn't see it as sacrifice. She saw it as partnership. That's what love was supposed to be, she thought, meeting in the middle, growing together. There were moments when doubt whispered softly. Small absences. Changed tones. Unexplained distance. But she silenced those thoughts with faith. Love required patience. Trust required courage. And she had plenty of both. In her world, he was constant. Reliable. Present. Even when he wasn't physically there, he lived in her thoughts, guiding choices, influencing plans, shaping her sense of direction. She dreamed of stability, of shared struggles and shared victories. She believed that love, once chosen, stayed. That commitment meant standing firm, even when things felt uncertain. What she didn't know was that while she was building dreams around him, he was quietly stepping outside of them. Not all betrayals announce themselves. Some arrive disguised as normalcy, hiding behind familiar words and routine behavior. And so, while she imagined beginnings, he was already rehearsing an ending. Change doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it slips in unnoticed, wearing the comfort of familiarity. That's how it happened with him. He became distant in ways that were easy to excuse. Busier days. Shorter replies. Conversations that felt rushed, incomplete. She told herself it was life, stress, responsibilities, exhaustion. Love wasn't always effortless. But the warmth she once felt began to cool. His laughter no longer reached her. His words felt careful, measured, as if he was guarding something she couldn't see. She noticed how he avoided deeper conversations. How future plans became vague. How we slowly turned into I. Each change was small enough to ignore, yet heavy enough to hurt. Still, she chose trust. She reminded herself of everything they had built. Love didn't vanish overnight. People went through phases. She believed patience would bring him back. What she didn't realize was that his heart was slowly leaving while his presence remained. He was there, but not with her. His attention was elsewhere. His emotions invested in a world where she didn't exist. The betrayal wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was silent. Emotional. Invisible. And that made it harder to confront. She questioned herself more than she questioned him. Wondered if she was asking for too much. If she had changed. If love required enduring distance without complaint. The truth was hidden behind his calm reassurances. He denied nothing because she asked nothing. And so the space between them widened quietly. She held on to memories like anchors. How he once looked at her, how he once promised, how safe she once felt. She believed those memories meant something. That they still mattered. But love cannot survive where honesty disappears. And somewhere between her hope and his silence, the foundation she built began to crack, though she was the only one trying to repair it. The goodbye didn't come with raised voices or dramatic explanations. It came quietly, unexpectedly, like a door closing without warning. He told her it wasn't working. That things had changed. That he needed space. His words were calm, rehearsed, detached. There was no apology strong enough to match the damage. No explanation deep enough to heal the wound. She listened in silence, trying to understand how dreams could dissolve so easily. How promises could lose their meaning. How love could leave without a fight. She didn't beg. She didn't argue. Shock held her still. Because somewhere deep inside, she already knew. What hurt most wasn't the ending. It was the realization that he had emotionally left long before he said goodbye. That while she was holding on, he was already letting go. She felt foolish for believing. For trusting. For building her world around someone who never planned to stay inside it. The future she imagined collapsed instantly. Every plan, every hope, every quiet dream lost its place. She wasn't just losing him. She was losing the version of herself that believed in forever. He walked away with ease. She stayed behind with questions. There was no closure. No clear reason. Just the heavy understanding that love alone is never enough when loyalty disappears. And in that moment, she realized the truth. He didn't break her heart suddenly. He dismantled it slowly. Healing didn't happen quickly. Some days felt heavier than others. Some memories refused to fade. But slowly, she began to breathe again. She learned that grief doesn't mean weakness. That heartbreak doesn't erase worth. That loving deeply was never a mistake, it was proof of courage. She rebuilt herself piece by piece. Not the same way she was before, but stronger. Wiser. More aware of her own value. She stopped blaming herself for his choices. Stopped questioning her love. She understood now that betrayal reflects the one who commits it, not the one who believes. Her dreams began to change. This time, they didn't revolve around anyone else. She imagined a future rooted in self-respect. In boundaries. In peace. A life where love would be mutual, honest, and safe, or not present at all. She carried the lesson quietly. Never build your entire world around someone who hasn't proven they'll protect it. And though the goodbye once shattered her, it also freed her. Because sometimes, endings are not losses, they are redirections. She didn't forget him. But she no longer needed him to dream.